Hi, coaches. Rachel Doyle here. I am one of the coaches, just like you, here on Team Rockstar Fit, and I am also the founder of Team Inspire Fit, which is one of the 2017 premier teams. And today, I just want to welcome you to this lesson on social media, one of many topics that there are in coaching, but one of my favorites to talk about. Many of you are new, so obviously you don't know my story, but just to give you a brief little flashback into my life, I grew up very shy, very introverted, and this business has really allowed me to come out of my shell, and I really owe personal development that shout out. But it's crazy how in the time frame that I've been a coach, I went from somebody who never posted on social media, never liked, never commented, to signing up for coaching, being told that you have to post consistently every day. And I'm like, oh my gosh, because it wasn't until after college that my sister, one of the coaches here on Team Rockstar Fit, had reached out and was like, you need social media in your life. Get Facebook, and I was just like, ugh. So, I was definitely just a fly on the wall and have become really the complete polar opposite of that. It's a subject or a topic that I've learned to love, that I like to play around with and experiment with and fail at so I can get better. And today I'm here to share a little bit more with you, just some tips in general, but also I like to call it the anatomy of some of my favorite posts and what I did or what I said to have people reach out to me about my posts or take action on my post or comment on my post or come to me and sign up for the coaching opportunity because of my post, or come to me and sign up for my challenge group because of a particular post. So I have some different posts of mine that I want to screen share with you today, just to tell you what I did, in hopes that you will just learn even one thing from me today. Maybe you're like, I already know that. That's cool. That's great. But hopefully there's one thing that speaks to you today that you can go and implement into your business right away. So before I get into really the anatomy of my own social media posts, I want to screen share with you and offer you three social media posts today, or three social media tips rather, that I hope that even just one of them speaks to you before I get into the meat of this lesson. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to screen share. Okay, so here are my three tips for you today. Number one is a wardrobe change. And you might be like, what? So this is what this means. Basically, what I do is I'm always taking pictures to save onto my camera roll for future use. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I don't get dolled up too often. Me and my hat, my workout clothes is really all you're going to get from me most days. And so on the days that I do shower and I do wash my hair and get ready and put makeup on, I tend to take some pictures to save to my camera roll for future use. And what I'll do is get dressed and I'll have a wardrobe change. I'll put some fitness outfits on. I'll put some, normal clothes on. And guys, I don't do this because I want my followers or my audience to think I look like all dressed up all the time, because I would be totally lying, right? Like, that's not me. Oftentimes people are like, social media is just people's highlight reels, and I don't want to come across that way to my audience. I don't want them to think like, oh, Rachel looks all perfect all the time. No, because this is what Rachel looks like all the time. But for certain posts, like talking about the coaching opportunity, or maybe I'm going to do a cool graphic for my upcoming challenge group, I'll change my outfit a few different times, and I'll go to different areas in my house and take pictures, or I'll go outside and I'll just get them all done in one day, or just like, 20 minutes. And I'll have a whole bunch of pictures to use for future use. So that is one tip that you could possibly do too, if you're like me and you don't really get dressed up that often. Number 2, my tip, before posting, ask yourself, is this useful? Is this interesting? Is this informative? Does it add value? Is it entertaining? Or will it help my audience to connect with me? It doesn't necessarily mean your post has to hit on all of these marks, but don't just have your Shakeology sitting on the counter and take a picture of it all by itself and say, yum, right? Like, you're not, like, don't just post to post. Give them something. Get in there with your Shakeology and tell them about some certain ingredients that you love about it. Add some informative things. Add value to them. Okay? So, guys, I always say that social media is like an online magazine, right? You are the editors-in-chief of your own online magazine. So before you click post and you ask yourself these questions, am I hitting on these certain things? You got to pretend that this is an ad that's costing you $100. Okay? Don't just post to say you posted. Okay? Your coach might tell you post 3 to 5 times a day, or post 2 to 3 times a day. And if you don't have time to do all that, start out by posting 1 time a day, and make sure that it's not just some filler post so you can say, hey coach, I posted. No, have some meat behind it. Have some value. You want to engage your followers, engage your audience, and really build up a credibility with them so they can know, trust, and follow you, okay? So ask yourself those things and pretend that your post, before you click post, is your ad going into your magazine that might cost you $100, okay? And you're gonna rethink and maybe reword your post before you click post, okay? Number 3, social media is 2 words. Don't forget the first one, okay? Social media. We're here to be social on social media. Make sure that you are interacting with your followers by liking and commenting on their posts too, okay? We like to feel loved. We like the likes, and we like the comments, and we like the followers, right? It builds up our confidence. That feels good. But we have to return the favor. You can't forget to do that. We have to return the favor on other people's posts as well. And I'm not sitting here saying to spend a bunch of time in your news feed getting lost in the lives of others, okay? Because our time is precious and we don't have time for that. We got to stay laser focused, right? But I think it's important to set time aside in your power hour to, have a list of people. Maybe they're coach prospects. Maybe they're challenge group participant prospects, and you want them in your next coach sneak peek, or if you want them in your next challenge group, be sure to show up in their lives and click like and comment on their stuff. Okay, that's huge. You can't just expect them to, just follow you and just like and comment on your stuff and hope that they join your coach sneak peek and hope that they, join your challenge group. Like, show up in their lives, comment on their stuff, shoot them a message, tell them like, hey, I saw that your son won his soccer game. I can't believe how big he's getting. Something personal. Show up in their life, okay? Be social. Also, I think it's really important too that we show up in our coaches' lives. So once you start building a team, don't forget to interact with them as well, liking and commenting on their posts and showing them the love. And sometimes through even commenting on their posts, showing them recognition through the commenting as well is going to certainly boost the traction on their posts. I mean, you want your coaches to be successful as well. And so commenting to boost the traction on their posts, I think is also essential as well. Okay, so those are my 3 tips for you guys today on crushing your social media. So I hope that one of those tips spoke to you. So what I'm going to do now is screen share with you some of my my posts, like I said, and they're in no particular order, and I just want to go through some of them with you to tell you what I liked and how someone might have reached out to me from what they saw about joining my team or joining my challenge group. And then after that, I would like to share a couple of messages with you that I'll screen share from people reaching out from those posts and how the dialogue went there and stuff like that. So just kind of more of the behind the scenes stuff for you guys that I hope will help you maybe with your conversation and give you the confidence to go ahead and comment back or write back or start an initial conversation, because maybe that person commented on your post about how they're interested in joining your challenge group. So what now, right? What now? Where do I go from here? What do I say? Ah, scary. So, okay, I'm going to screen share with you here. Just give me a moment. And we'll start with my first social media post. This is actually from today, from this morning. My husband and I just finished up with the 3-day refresh yesterday. And I've already gotten, this was from earlier this morning, a couple hours ago, but I've already gotten a considerable amount of comments and messages. So the messages I'll show you in just a couple of minutes. But the reason I show you this is because it's really important as coaches, guys, to show our results. We have to make sure we're being products of the products, using the programs, and sharing our journey with others, okay? My audience knows me because I share it enough that I was a little overweight. I was very underweight. Then I was fit. And then I was pregnant, and then I was not fit anymore. And then I got in the best shape of my life, and then I got pregnant again, and now I'm in my postpartum journey. And they know that about me. So they know that I'm trying to drop the pounds, the last of my pregnancy pounds, okay? So they know me. They know I'm a mom, right? So I'm speaking to them specifically, because moms are people who I want on my team. New moms are people who I want in my challenge groups. So I try to communicate that through a lot of my posts. But in this particular post, I was just talking about my results, and that at the end here, I don't know if it's going to show. I just gave them my takeaways from the group, or from the program rather. And then at the end, I told them that my sister and I are giving away a 3-day refresh kit as a prize in our next accountability group starting on the 17th. That we have a few spots remaining, and message us if you're ready to take action on your health and fitness. So I'm telling them that there's a giveaway. I'm giving them a call to action. I'm sharing my results. I'm being proof that the product works. Okay, so this is just a great example on how you can also do this in your business, is making sure that you are using the products and programs and sharing the results with your audience, okay? Next one that I have for you here is same thing that I just mentioned a minute ago. Moms are my audience. moms. I have a lot of followers who are moms. And so again, they know my journey. I've shared my whole pregnancy journey with them. And now here's my post body in progress. I'm telling them that and this was back in April, but I'm telling them now I've gotten the green flag to return to my active lifestyle, to be sure to follow me. I was telling them how much weight I gained and how much I have to go. And just, I'll keep you guys in the loop as I begin and continue my postpartum journey. Okay, so making sure that I'm putting myself out there again, showing my fitness every day, being a product of the product. Okay. I got a lot of likes. That doesn't matter, but the comments, the messages that I received from this particular post was just asking me like, what are you doing? What program are you starting, etc. So I did get some messages about this, even though there was no call to action or invite to a challenge group. This particular post was from the end of May, right around the coach sneak peek. And I actually had 2 people reach out to me about the coaching opportunity based on this post. We were in Chicago celebrating the elite and premier coaches this year in 2017. Trina Gray was kind enough to just spoil us rotten for that whole few days that we were there. It was amazing, and just all the more reason for you to set that huge goal for yourself too. But in this post, I just kind of talked about the then and now. I said before the fun and celebrations began, I have to reflect on, what my life used to look like just a few short years ago, and kind of just went in to talk about my story and who I was before coaching and who I am now. I'm not sure. Here we go. My computer's lagging a little bit here. I used to live for the weekend. I used to live paycheck to paycheck. I used to lack confidence. I chose to say yes to Beachbody coaching. Despite all the stereotypes people have of what coaching is and what it's not. But my gut told me to do it, and I listened. Right? So I just went in to say 3 years later, I'm in Chicago with some of the other coaches being celebrated. My Monday sure didn't used to look like this. And I'm so grateful that I won't ever be working for Fridays ever again. Okay? So this wasn't necessarily a coach sneak peek invite, but what it was, guys, is what's called breadcrumbing. It's called breadcrumbing, if you haven't heard that terminology before. And really, it's what that means is sharing all the ways that this opportunity impacts your life. It's sharing all the ways that these products impact your life, sharing your journey to build that rapport. And it's almost like you're leaving, it's like kind of being mysterious in a way, wanting them or getting them to ask questions, and wanting more information. So these are particular posts that I do right before like a coach sneak peek. Like I do a bunch of these and I kind of breadcrumb and sprinkle about throughout my post how this opportunity has impacted my life. Okay. So I do that often, and I do that with challenge group invites as well, without making the post an actual post, coaching invite or an actual challenge group invite. It's just like, it might be a picture of my son, right? A really cute picture. And they're going to want to click on it to read more about what I have to say because they think it's about him, but it might be an invite. But I might be talking about, I might just take a picture of my surroundings and he happens to be in it. And I can say, this is my office for today. So thankful that my job helps me grow myself while helping other people and giving them the opportunity of a lifetime. Hashtag coach life. Hashtag why not you, right? So these are very similar, posts that I do leading up to a coach sneak peek. So this had a lot of traction on it. And I had 2 messages about wanting to learn more, which was perfect because I was able to put them in the coach sneak peek. I think it was like either that night or the next night or something like that. So that was pretty cool. This one is really short and simple. Again, all I said was a product of the product of the product. I drank the stuff. Like, I've been drinking it for 3 years. I drank it through my pregnancy. I drank it through nursing, and how he is just a product of the product of the product. I didn't really need to say a lot. I talk about Shakeology often, but this is more out of the list that I gave you in that tip number 2, more of like an entertaining post, yet I'm still hinting at the fact that this stuff is the bomb.com. Okay, hashtag superfood grown, hashtag healthy mama, healthy baby. Okay, you guys get it? All right, next one here is just from a few weeks ago. I like to talk about healthy, easy food for moms on the go, right? So I just wanted to provide some value here. I got a lot of comments on this particular, not so many messages, but a lot of comments from other moms like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to try that. What I was doing here was really offering value and helping me connect with my audience who are moms. I gave them the recipe. I wasn't like, hey, comment below if you want the recipe. I just gave it to them here. This is an easy, fast, delicious lunch while the kids are napping. Okay. So here is a post that I would feel is kind of a two-part post in the list of things that I provided you in tip number 2. Number 1, it's entertaining because I love throwing my kids in there. I'm speaking to my audience. I guess there's 3 things. Speaking to my audience, which are moms, and I'm also talking about Beachbody On Demand. I'm breadcrumbing here. So I'm saying having my own personal medical staff is just another reason why I love working out from home. Okay, first breadcrumb. She gives me immediate attention when my heart is beating too fast and my everything hurts. I switched things up tonight and streamed a different program to try because variety is fun. All I can say is that I'm glad that Doc Doyle was nearby. Phew, that sucked. So what I said here, I was breadcrumbing about Beachbody On Demand without saying it because I want them to message me and ask me, what are you doing? Okay, yeah, I get that you're working out from home. I can see that. But what are you doing? You're streaming. I see you're streaming something to your TV. Maybe it's somebody that I just added to my network and they don't know about Beachbody On Demand. So this is really what breadcrumbing is, okay? And this is how conversations get rolling with people behind the scenes. All right, next one here. Oh, and it was entertaining, obviously, because she's cute. Okay, so next example here. This was a coach sneak peek invite. And sometimes I think that we think, based on what our coaches say and what we see other people doing, we see all these fancy graphics with all these words and all this stuff, right? We can do something that catches people's attention and just makes them want to read more, okay? I mentioned that about Corbin a couple minutes ago, my son. So here, a lot of people recognize her because this is Jericho, one of the celebrity fitness trainers in Beachbody. And it looks like a pretty professional picture. So I think if I were scrolling the newsfeed, which it is, by the way, it's a professional picture, I think I would stop and be like, oh, what's this about? So this spoke right to my audience, which was moms, okay? And this was a post that I definitely got some traction from and got some messages from. Just talking about, you see me posting about my accountability groups. You see me posting about the coaching opportunity. I'm sending you a signal here that I want to be a bigger part of your life. stay-at-home moms, busy moms, working moms who need a friend, a support buddy, someone to relate to. The list goes list goes on, but I'm speaking specifically to my audience here. So who messaged me? Moms, right? I try not to tend to speak to everybody when I'm posting. Although as a newer coach, that is something that I certainly did because I wanted to build my customer base. I wanted to get people in my challenge groups and help as many people as possible. But over time, guys, you are going to create more of a niche or a target audience that you can speak to, okay? So if you're not a mom, don't freak out. Like, you have something else special to offer because you are unique in your own way. So you just have to ask yourself, what are the interests that I like? And make sure that you're sharing about that as well, because just because you're a coach, now a Beachbody coach does not make you a fitness robot. It doesn't mean that you have to talk about fitness all the time. You have to make sure that you are talking about other stuff. I'm just showing you specific examples about the coaching aspect of my life. I'm not showing you the other stuff, which there is other stuff on my social media, okay? So just don't forget that. Okay, cool. So this was a great one that I ended up signing a couple of coaches up with. This one here, this was more of a specific, like, targeted challenge group invite, okay? So I was just saying, like, hey, like, I just had to capture this picture and send it to a friend because I couldn't contain my excitement. I was headed to the post office to mail out her brand new running shoes. She was my winner last month in the accountability group that I hosted. And just said, if you have been in one of my challenge groups, you know I love rewarding hard efforts with cool prizes. And while you do your part by working hard towards your goals, I like to keep things fun and engaging as we go by offering a cool incentive at the end of each group. So I was just saying, like, my next group starts, in May for moms only. The group will be dedicated to the busy stay-at-home mom, blah, blah, blah. So this was a more targeted invite and just said, like, hey, last month was new workout shoes. May is going to be a spa gift card. So, like, I caught their attention with, like, the fact that I'm giving crap away and you should totally be on board about this. And this was definitely a post, just putting it out there, like, this is the prize in my next group. You should totally be on board. This gained a lot of traction, and I definitely, I think that I had quite a few successful points from just this month going into that challenge group. So this was a great post for that, for sure. Again, quickly, just breadcrumbing here. Everyone else had a snow day today, so we declared our own. Just, hashtagging life by design. And the freedom to just, like, stop what I'm doing and go outside and play because everybody else, like, in our city had a snow day that day too in the middle of the week. So why not go and declare our own? So this was more of a breadcrumbing post about how coaching has impacted my life, allowing me the freedom to live my life by design. This is something more of a call to action post that I definitely saw Success Club points with as well. This just reminds me, like, I totally want to do something. I haven't done something like this in a while. But I did a Monday giveaway. This was back in 2015. If you've been following my fitness journey over the course of the past year, you probably know how much I love the 21-day fix, saying I've lost 37 pounds since having my first baby, blah, 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 and how much this cookbook has inspired me to be creative in the kitchen. Today I feel generous. I want someone else to own a copy. And so I gave them a call to action. I said to enter, you must like this post and tag 2 friends in the comments below. And I had, like, a ton of comments, 54 comments. So 54 comments times 2, because they were tagging 2 people, right? That's over 100 people that and I'm not saying all 100 people I didn't know or was, I'm not saying that, but there was a ton of people I was able to friend request and then, start conversations with and develop a relationship with. This post blew up and was really glad I did this. This doesn't fit your budget, if this doesn't fit your budget and you can't give away, I think this retail value is like $19 for us coaches. If this is out of your budget, and just do something different, do like a couple shake packets and a shaker cup or something, but just do like a giveaway and do something like that to enter, give them a call to action. People love free stuff, and attraction and commenting on your posts, they really blow up when you do stuff like this. Okay. I think my last one here is another breadcrumb. Off to work. This was a couple years ago too. I have my coffee in hand, sweats on, fuzzy socks on, I'm cozy and I'm pregnant. This is great. The sounds of shoveling, it must have been winter. The sounds of shoveling, scraping, it's freezing and windy out there. I'm so glad and thankful that I don't have to go out in this weather on these winter mornings. I'm thankful for my cozy home office. I love my job. I'm excited for what's on my agenda today. The things I can accomplish in my workout gear and my wet pony. Okay, so again, this is just a breadcrumbing how coaching has allowed me to stay home, or at this time I think was working part-time, but just to not be able to have to go anywhere and so I wanted to show you one more breadcrumbing post there, how it can just be really simple, but I think can be really impactful, especially when you are speaking to someone who does wish they were working from home, or a mom that wishes that she was at home with her kids, being able to work out in her cozies too. Okay. So I wanted to show you a couple of messages real quick, and then we can wrap up. So this was from this morning, actually, on that 3-day refresh post that I showed you first. Someone I haven't talked to, it looks like, since 2015. Hey, Rachel, good morning. I read your post. You're looking great, whatever. I'm intrigued by this refresh kit, although joining Beachbody is definitely not in my budget, and it won't be anytime soon until I return back to work years down the road. I'd be curious to try this. What is in your accountability groups? Is there a purchase you have to make? I'm a very picky eater. She goes on to tell me all this, right? So this could be something that excites us right away because they want to know more, but she's already telling me she can't afford it. So I'm not going to get down about it. I obviously haven't had a chance to reach out to her yet because I got this just shortly before starting to create this lesson and film this video. But what I will do is reach out to her and thank her and tell her that I'd love to tell her more about my accountability groups, what they entail, and then I will tell her what is required. I typically do require people to either be on Shakeology or a fitness program, or Beachbody On Demand. But what I've done to accommodate people like this is not necessarily letting them in for free, which is something you could totally do for a month, by the way. I used to do it. I just don't anymore. But I used to say, hey, why don't you just be a fly on the wall in my accountability groups? I'd really like to help you in any way that I can and would love to see, feel free to participate. I don't want you to think you can't participate because you're not a paying customer, but I definitely want you to be, but I only allow them a month. Or did rather. Now what I've created is just kind of a tiered system with different packages. So I'll tell her I really want to help you. And I do, there is a requirement. I really want to help you, but there is a requirement in my groups. But here's the breakdown. And this is what you get to choose from. Not just well, sorry, the Shakeology is $130 and well, sorry, Beachbody On Demand is, $100 a month. I'm not going to make them run away with these big ticketed items. I've created these packages that they get to choose from. So my first package just includes 3 packets of Shakeology and the 14-day free trial of Beachbody On Demand. It just so happens that my group starting in a few weeks is 14 days long. Perfect, right? And I'm charging them $15 for that. I'm personally sending them the 3 packets of Shakeology in the mail. So hopefully, and maybe she'll be able to afford $15, right? My second option is the 14-day free trial to Beachbody On Demand, and then 5 shake packets and a shaker cup for $35. That also includes a meal guide that my sister and I will be creating for that group in particular. Okay, so there's the $15 option, there's the $35 option that has a little bit more included, and then the third option is Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology Challenge Pack, which we all know. It's $160, and I'm hoping that you all know what's included in that. So I will give her those options, and hopefully we can start a conversation and at least get her enrolled in my challenge group with just even the first package. If I tell her to participate, like I mentioned in my post, we're giving away a 3-day refresh. Of course, I'm going to let her participate in that, even if she does just pay $15. That's going to hold her extra accountable by checking in and all that good stuff, and get her in the drawing for that 3-day refresh kit that we're giving away. Okay, so that's just one example. My second example from my behind the scenes messages is me here reaching out to Stephanie. She commented on one of my posts that I showed you guys today, and I can't remember which one it was, but I just wanted to show you this is what I do when people reach out to me when they show interest on my Facebook post. Hey, Stephanie, how are you? How's married life? I actually am a makeup artist, and I did her makeup for her wedding last summer. So that's why I asked her that. I know it's been since October since we last spoke about one of my groups. She showed interest at one point and then couldn't afford it. I know you commented recently you may be interested in joining this time. I would love to tell you more if that is still true. Let me know. So I've just initiated that conversation, and she wrote me back with all sorts of stuff. So married life's great, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, she totally joined. She was all amped up about it. But the moral of the story here is I just wanted to show you like what my typical posts look like when I reach out to somebody who has commented on my Facebook post about the coaching opportunity or challenge group invite. Okay. And then my last message for you guys that I wanted to show you is this one as well. Kristen, I wrote her, this was a few years ago. How are you? It's been forever since I last saw you. I touched on a personal topic before I jumped into the accountability group stuff. So I just asked her, about some mutual friends of ours. Thanks for the interest in my upcoming fitness and nutrition accountability group. She also commented on one of my posts. I'd love to tell you more. If you are in fact interested, I'm so excited to do a group focused solely on moms. She is a mom of 2. I'm excited to hear back from you. P.S. Your little man is so, so adorable. How old is he now? I added a P.S. in there just to make my message not sound like I'm all about the sale or all about the challenge or the success club points or whatever. Like, I want her to know I truly care, about her little guy. So she wrote me back, said she's doing great, and touched on more of the personal things. I'm so interested in your group. My husband and I have decided that 2 kids is enough now, so I actually have more motivation to kick the added baby weight and honestly just get healthy and get my body back, etc., etc. So she ended up rocking my challenge group, and a couple of them, actually, she's seen amazing results. And this was 2 years ago. I've consistently been inviting her to the coaching opportunity since that first group, and she's finally signing up. Yay! So it just, sometimes it's just a matter of reaching out to somebody. Because before this initial conversation here, I had multiple times invited her to my challenge groups, and she said no numerous times. So this was a major win in my eyes. Okay, so I'm going to stop my screen share. And just thank you for listening today. I hope something spoke to you, something I said, whether it was my 3 tips, whether it was something about breadcrumbing, something about the way I said something. I think that's really important to find people who, or find coaches who you find might have like a similar life as you, or might have like be in the same situation. Maybe you're on your postpartum pregnancy journey as well, and that's what you're sharing. Find those coaches who you can relate to and follow them. There's coaches on Team Rockstar Fit that I love to follow. There's coaches in the network who are more of the top coaches that I love to follow. Okay? They inspire me. I look at their posts for inspiration. I don't go and copy their posts, but I look at to them for inspiration. Maybe I like the way they said something. Maybe I like their graphic. Maybe I like the way that they advertise for their group. Whatever it is, take that and use it as inspiration, okay? When you're feeling stuck. Thanks for listening, you guys. I hope this was helpful, and I am cheering you on to rock out the rest of this Rock the Business training group. Have a great day.